Salut everyone, c'est moi, Elisabeth, and in this video we are going to be taking a look at the most recent upload from Chantal Foodie Beauty, Weight Loss Journey to Wellness, New Day. And based off of what happened in her previous video, I certainly hope that this is a new day, and I hope that this is a journey to wellness, because she was not in a good place in that video at all. Not in a good place. So I hope that this video does find her in a better place. I hope it finds her getting help. I hope it finds her making positive change. I don't want to see clickbait. I don't want to see her going through another start to a new cycle, because this constant cycling has to stop, and she needs to take the steps necessary to get well and to get help. So let's see how this new day is going to go to her weight loss journey to wellness. It looks like we're not getting the usual pink background, so we're not getting the Foodie Beauty intro. So that usually means this is going to be a serious video, which I hope it is serious. And I hope that whatever steps she's going to be taking, she is taking them seriously. Here we go.
You've been it, Sam. You've been it. Yes.
Hi, guys.
Oh, I
Honestly,
love her cat.
I don't need anything else other than my two babies. Yes, you are my babies. I don't care what anyone says. My cats are my babies. I know there's little cat food kernels because BB Junes likes to eat her crunchies up here with me.
Do you feed her on the
So I
kitchen
give her
table?
a controlled amount. Well, she's fairly trim, so I just allow her pretty much
I'm
to.
not so sure about
I've
feeding
always
the
kind
cat
of
on
just
the
allowed her
table,
to eat
but
till she's had her fill.
whatever.
Sam, on the other hand, he's predisposed to be chubby just like me. I don't want you to be obese. No. So we gotta watch what he eats. Not as many crunchies. And yeah. Hi guys. Hello guys.
Hey,
How are
Chantal.
you? How are you? I just wanted to do a quick video today, I guess, just to come on here and talk about some things.
Well, you look a little better.
I said I would turn on the camera whenever I just felt like talking, so that's what I'm going to do here.
Just don't be using YouTube as a
mega
substitute
pile
for a
of crap.
therapist.
But I'm still kind of feeling like a mega pile of crap, so tomorrow I really want to get up and enjoy the day and put all this behind me, negative feelings behind me, and just really put an effort into how I look and just get out and
That's
enjoy
great,
the day.
but how are you going
So
to
that's what I
address
want to
what
do
you're
for my
going
video
through?
tomorrow. And today, just I guess I have some positive news.
Okay.
I spent the better part of the day researching and finding, different therapists in my area. So
Okay.
I was able to find one. I came across a website that had all kinds of resources for
Wonderful.
people dealing with eating
The
disorders
same? Good. Yes. Good.
and
yes.
addictions. So, like I mentioned in my before video, there are a lot of expensive rehab centers, but you ever get like mouth gummies when you're talking?
What?
I came across a therapy center that there are some therapists who specialize in things that I'm looking to deal with. I have a long list of things that I need to deal with, so I'm actually going to make a physical list of things that I want to tackle in therapy. So yeah, so
Is
some
that
of
what
the
they
things
told
that
you
I
to do?
really need to tackle obviously are just behavioral changes, my eating disorder, food addiction, anger, depression, some past trauma, grief with the hysterectomy, this breakup, these life changes, just everything.
That's a lot,
Adulting.
hon.
Stress of life, just somebody to give me their professional opinion on some direction, anything, you know? So I'm going to be doing that. I'm reconsidering OA. I'm just not a big fan of a 12-step program, but I'm willing to give it another chance and try to look at it at a different angle. So if some of you have used that program and can offer some kind of insight, it might be the super religious aspect of it I just don't get. So there's that. So I have an appointment booked for Monday with the therapist.
Okay, good.
Which it's Wednesday, so it's not too far off. I also am doing a reboot with the weight loss doctor.
Okay.
Who I had that meal plan with. And I think that...
The meal plan where you were supposed to keep a food diary?
I definitely need to follow some kind of guidance and structure. And I think this...
Yeah, I think you do.
If I go see this doctor once a week, then I have that support. Logging what I'm eating, which I think is very important at first.
Right, I agree.
And it's made by a nutritionist. This plan is made by a nutritionist who I see once a week, who I'll be seeing once a week. I've gone over that plan a few times. I have that booklet and all the, it's kind of like a Weight Watchers, but not really. Kind of like a point system. I just found it to be well balanced. And I think that's important for me, especially as somebody
balance is important.
Trying to fight binge eating disorder.
Right.
And a lot of people were wondering, I think I've just seen some comments floating around somewhere. I need to stay out of comments, where it was like all these, larger YouTubers who claim to have binge eating disorder, never been diagnosed. I've actually been diagnosed. I see a doctor at an eating disorder clinic, and I have been formally diagnosed. Thank you very much.
Sorry, hun, that's not necessarily something to be proud of. Just because there's randos on the internet saying, "Oh, you haven't been diagnosed," blah 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 blah. I mean, sometimes it's hard to keep straight who's been diagnosed and who hasn't. So I'll admit, I think in my last video I said something to the effect of self-identified binge eating disorder. So if that's not true, and if you have been formally diagnosed, then I apologize. I had forgotten, so I apologize. But it's not necessarily something to be proud of or to be getting snippy about. I mean, I think you got worse things to worry about than whether or not people believe that you have a binge eating disorder or that you've been formally diagnosed with one. Just pointing that out.
I want to be. I'm just clarifying that. So I'm also restarting.
Just clarifying. Okay.
At the Weight Loss Clinic on Monday.
All right.
In the meantime, I have my booklet still I can refer to and try to eat with that accordingly. Write down what I'm eating, bring it to my session.
Yeah,
so
you
I'm
just got to follow
positive
through
about those things. I don't give it a chance. I just kind of veer off and go give into my old ways, my old habits.
Right.
Give into my addiction every time. So I think I really want to see what would happen if I just give it even 30 days. And obviously I plan on doing it forever, but I just want to
yourself.
Just take it a chunk of time at a time and start with, okay, I'm going to do this for a full 30 days. I'm going to work this program for a full 30 days. All
right. I am not a mental health professional, and I've said this before. I don't know how things work when it comes to therapy, when it comes to the steps you have to take, those kinds of things. I don't know about that stuff. But it just seems to me that every time she sets herself up with a timeline, I'm going to give, I think, what was it? The very beginning of the year, at the start of New Year's, she was saying she was going to do 365 days of whatever. She had this big plan to do, I don't remember what it was, but she was going to do ABC for 365 days. And that was just way too much of a goal to try to be able to attain. Now you're limiting yourself to 30, which granted, that is a smaller piece of time and would most likely be more doable. But My fear is that when you set yourself up with these goals where I'm going to do this for however many months, I'm going to do this for 30 days, I'm going to do this for this amount of time, I think when you bring yourself to that decision, that's where you self sabotage yourself, because then it becomes overwhelming. Even if it's just for 30 days, I think it becomes overwhelming. And I think, and again, I'm not a professional, so I don't know. This is just my opinion. I think you may be better off just trying to take it one day at a time. Just try and get through 24 hours before you try to achieve some other possibly unattainable goal because of the timeline that you're giving yourself. I really think you'd be better off just doing it one day at a time. Because when you try and give yourself that timeline, and I think Amberlynn is somewhat the same, you try to give yourself that timeline, you set yourself up for failure. Because it sounds great in the planning stage. It sounds like this is something I can do. I've only got to do it for 30 days. Okay, I can do this. This is totally doable. But then when you get started into the process, that's when it becomes overwhelming. That's when it becomes too much. And that's when you fall off and forget your goals. So that's just my thought. I really don't think you should be looking at it as a goal to attain for 30 days. Just take it one day at a time. And I really hope this is something that you discuss with the weight loss doctor, with the therapist, with all these individuals you're going to be meeting with. I hope this is something that you discuss with them, because I would love to know what their thinking is. I don't know if they would agree that, yes, okay, let's make a plan for 30 days. I don't know if they would agree that that's a good idea. Or if they too think that maybe just take it one day at a time. Stop setting yourself up for failure by making this goal that once you get started seems like it's going to be completely doable, and then you get into the process and all of a sudden this is never going to happen. It's unattainable. I can't do it. It's too much. You're too stressed. That's my thinking.
Days and see what happens. So I know I change the content on my channel a lot.
Yeah, you do.
I'm so torn on whether I was so torn on whether, like I said, I would feel this way one minute and then the next I'm like, okay, mukbangs.
Right.
Mukbangs.
Fast food.
Are easier to do.
Right.
They give me an excuse to eat like crap.
Exactly.
They're more lucrative in a way.
Are they really?
But are mukbangs worth my health? Are they worth?
Simple answer is no.
My health, my life. You only get one body, you only get one life. And I'm totally doing that, deteriorating my health.
Yeah.
For money and for views, or you know what I mean?
I'm glad you're recognizing this. I mean, it's the first time I've ever heard you say it. Maybe you've said it before in a long ago video. This is the first time I've heard you say it.
It's not worth it. In the end,
you're right. It's not,
because health is priceless. So
I hope you are for real recognizing this.
Even though it's more fun to sit here and talk about farts and TMIs and eat delicious food.
Delicious?
I don't feel good. I don't feel good. And I can't keep going that way,
Don't think of it as delicious. It's fast food. It's bad food. Greasy. Blah, food. Don't think of it as delicious.
Really
change your frame of thinking.
Focus on these 30 days, and I hope that you guys will join me.
I would love to join you, hon. I would love to see you get healthy and see you get better.
you know, this, everything that's happening with this breakup, which I'm still having a hard time dealing with because
I'm sure you are. Breakups are hard.
being alone is going to be really hard on me.
Right?
I'm very dependent emotionally. And I'm going to be trying to be completely independent because I don't want to move from here back in with Pete and be dependent on him financially, everything.
So you're not going to move in with Pete's?
He knows my struggles. He realizes it more now because I've opened up to him a lot more about it than when we were living together. So he won't be fetching me junk. He won't be...
Are you sure about that?
Lenient. I'm going to be paying my half of everything. You know, I don't want to do that to him. I have been more financially dependent on him in the past. But now I just want to be completely independent.
But he eats junk right along with you. How can you say that he's not going to be encouraging
But
this?
I think it needs to happen. Like, it really needs to happen. So, there's a lot of growing up to do.
Yeah, I'd say you do.
Growing as a person, too.
I'm not 100% sure that being with Pete's is going to be a good aspect of this.
So I'm going to try to just...
Okay.
Like I said, I'm back at the drawing board today, doing these meal plans with this doctor's plan, and just, I guess, back to thinking of content to do that's not really food-based, other than showing you guys what I eat in a day for accountability, or for just showing you that I'm working the plan, or different meal ideas, but healthy. But just eating on camera, I think I understand that, and I know I've said this before, but I think it's a destructive behavior.
It is a destructive behavior.
So I think doing different things with my channel, like actual vlogs, and like using those resources I have for mukbangs on maybe doing like travel.
Yes.
And, exploring the city.
Yes,
doing
absolutely.
different things. I think that will be just healthier in general too for me. So
I'm here for it. I'd love to see it.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Anyway, I know the key to not
come back to the U.S. Go
into
visit some
depression
places in
when I
that
move
Watertown
out is
location or Cicero.
keeping our place really clean, organized. It's going to be a fresh start, fresh apartment.
Fresh
It's on the
start.
top
That's
floor, so
good.
hopefully there won't be too many bugs. I don't think there's
Maybe
bugs,
that's
but-
what you'll need to jumpstart this. A
and
fresh
just getting
start, a
up
fresh
every day,
beginning.
Sticking to a routine of taking care of myself. This is going to be a time of finding me,
I hope you do.
and I'm excited to bring you guys that on that journey with me.
I'm here for it.
I'm like an F5 tornado. I've done a lot of destruction.
That's quite a metaphor.
In my past, and even up till now, in my life, in the life of others around me, and that's how I feel anyway.
At least you recognize it.
And I think that's what scares me about OA too, is like, you have to like face those things, and in therapy, and it just makes me sick. Like, it just makes me sick to think that I have to do that. So, but I think I will give it another try, because
Please do.
the benefits of OA is that you build you're with a community of people.
Yes, a community.
Who
Yes.
are going through what you're going through.
Right.
And food addiction, eating disorders can be very lonely. So,
And by doing that, you're not alone.
I disabled the comments on my previous video. It was just really overwhelming.
Stay out of the comments if you have to.
You know, it's a mixture of, there's a lot of support, and that was overwhelming for some reason. And then there's a lot of negative, which is overwhelming. And then there's a lot of truth. There's a lot of in between, which is overwhelming. So, but I'm gonna try to keep comments open. Just be respectful and compassionate for other people. Like, just realize that people are going through a lot,
It's the internet, hun.
Um,
Not everyone's going to be respectful in the
yeah.
comments. That's just how people
Please and
are.
thank you. So just let me know if you would like to, if you're going to join me on this journey to
I'm here for
healing,
it.
and that would probably give me some reassurance,
I am here for
some
it.
ease of mind that people are still going to watch me and care what I
I
do.
do care about you, Chantal. I may
So we're
not
going to
always
start
like
with
what
this
you do,
30
but I
days
care
working
about
my
your
doctor's
well-being.
plan, therapy, and we'll go from there.
That's all you can do.
All right, so that's about it for now. Just wanted to talk,
All right.
give you some updates. I'm like that type of person though. Like, even though I have problems sticking to things, but I wanted to get on the ball because I was like, yesterday I think was a huge eye opener for me. Like,
I
the
hope
walk
it
to the
was.
apartment was like a big thing. It made me feel so
I was
ashamed
really
and
worried about
bad
you after your
about
last
myself.
video. I
Like,
was.
I can't even walk to the next like building, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that was horrible. That was horrible. It was embarrassing. And I wasn't mean to the real estate lady. Actually, I told Pete's about that, and he was like, no, you were fine. I was really apologetic and I was really polite, but I guess in my own mind I thought I was being mean. Not mean, but like, kind of like,
Maybe you were
she was
thinking
talking
me.
and all I could focus on was my pain. Like, I could barely
Yeah.
hear what she was talking about.
You were speaking politely, but you were thinking
So I
me.
guess I was just
That's
like,
probably
yeah,
what it was.
okay, yeah, you know. But
Huh?
I guess I didn't do it in a mean tone, which I'm not a generally mean person, you know. But I do have anger issues for sure. So anyway, I guess that's it. Yep, just wanted to update you.
Okay.
And it does help getting on here and talking. Anyways, guys, I really thank you for watching. I'm feeling a lot better today.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Once the nice weather comes in, it's going to be different because I find like it's like freezing.
Tell me about it.
It's freezing and dark and just depressing, you know. I know I said, you know, a lot of people were saying I should go live with my aunt Jamaica or my mom. If I didn't have cats, it would be a different story. I'm not leaving my cats because I don't want to do that to them, but also I miss them so much, even when I go to the store. Like, I can't even, you know, there's no way. I would be so heartbroken without my babies. Like, I can't. They're my babies. They're the only babies I'm gonna have. So, I don't know how BB, you know, I'm sure he's gonna miss them, but yeah. I'll talk more about the breakup another time.
You don't have to.
So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Bye, Chantal. You don't have to. That's the thing. I really don't think YouTube is the place for you to be discussing all of these things. I really do hope that you follow through with all the plans that you just listed in this video. The visit to the weight loss doctor, to the therapist, to OA. I hope you follow through with all of it because it's only going to serve to help you. I hope that you accept the help and that you follow through with whatever plans that these individuals and groups provide for you. But I seriously question whether you should be putting this on YouTube. I really think like it may be too much, that this is something, it's so personal. I mean, this is a personal journey that you're going to be going through. And I just don't think that YouTube is the right platform to be doing this. Or maybe just take a break. Take a break for like a week. I don't know. You know, meet with the weight loss doctor, meet with your therapist, meet with the OA group. You know, all the things that you listed that you were going to do. Work through that first. And then maybe come back. I'm just not so sure that the trying to keep us abreast of everything that's going on as you go through everything is going to be helpful for you in the long run, if it's going to be helpful to your own mental well-being. So that's my concern. If you want to do vlogs where you're traveling around Ottawa and showing us Canada, I'm for it. I've only been to Montreal, Quebec. Those are the only places I have been to in Canada. I have not been to Ottawa, so I'd love to see it. I'd love to see what are some of the sites that can be seen in Ottawa. You want to come back to the U.S.? Please do. You know, go and see some of the sites in Watertown and in Cicero. You know, absolutely. I would love to see you out doing things, getting involved, getting away from the food. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. But you can do it if you really give in to the process. If you give yourself over to the process, if you submit doesn't sound good, but you have to relinquish control that you're trying to squeeze over your life. You're trying to maintain control and you don't have it. The control you have is only allowing you just so much until you break, and then you find yourself gorging on fast food. You find yourself calling Uber Eats. Uber Eats? Whoever you have in Canada. You're calling this fast food delivery service to bring you McDonald's, Burger King, whatever. You need to relinquish control, and you need to come to the understanding that you can't do this alone. And I hope that you have made that step, that you understand you cannot do this alone. You need help. And if that means going to a therapist, going to the weight loss doctor, going to OA meetings where you're part of a community, I think that would really be helpful, because you're not alone. You have others that you can meet with and talk with and garner support. And if you got to turn your comments off on your YouTube videos, and turn the comments off. If you want to get away from that negativity, get away from it. Do what you have to do. I want nothing more than the best for you, Chantal. I'm hopeful after seeing this video. I hope you follow through with all these plans. I hope things start to get better for you. And I want nothing but the best for you. Okay, guys. I do think this was a much better video than the last one. I was feeling so down after the last video that she posted, and this one, I have hope. And I always want to have hope, whether it's for Chantal, whether it's for Amber, whether it's for Amy, Jen, whoever. I want to have hope. I want to have a positive outlook for everybody. I try to be positive for everybody. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's really hard to do that. But I'm leaving this video hopeful. So my hope is that she follows through and things will hopefully work out for her. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you enjoy my content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, my link will be down in the description below. You can follow me at Elisabeth Dom de Chat. Thanks again so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you next time. À bientôt.